Good evening. If you can create it in your mind, you can create it on the table. Tonight, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple, protein-enriched, iron-enriched, fiber-enriched dinner. Simple. For the poor man or the rich man, any man can eat it. Let me show you what. If you've got oats, beans, oil of some sort, salt, water, and a skillet, I'm going to show you how you can make bean tostados, or eat your beans the way you like. But tonight we're going to do bean tostados, making homemade tortillas and refried beans. Simple. Let me show you. Come along. All right, so we're going to first rinse these. All right, that's just about a couple handfuls of beans. We don't need a lot. So let's just rinse those. Now I want to put them in a bowl and rinse them some more. And see what comes up. Whether it be some debris I don't want, some insect larvae, bad beans, bean skin, things I don't want to eat. See, that bean's not very good. I don't want that one. So let's get it out of there. All right, that's it. Good. Oop, I thought I saw another one. There it is. There we go. See, I don't want that one either. It's dark, which tells me it's not fresh. Okay. Back in the strainer. Strainer back in the bowl. Water in the bowl. And we're going to let those soak for about 30 minutes. So let's get my heat turned on. I'm going to put it on high. And I'm going to add 4 cups of water into my favorite skillet. And again, it's called an All-Cad. ALL-CIAD. My favorite skillet. So 4 cups of water is what I'm going to put in. I'm going to wait for it to start to boil, then I'll drop the beans in there. The water's starting to boil, so I'm going to put my beans in. And I use, like I said, a handful and a half. So I'm going to put the beans in there and let those cook down. Actually, I'm going to use a smaller skillet. I wasn't sure I would be able to, but I can see now that I can. I like this smaller skillet better for the amount of beans I have. So let's get those back in there. There we go. I thought it would be the right size, but I doubted myself. I gotta stop being self-doubting. So I'm gonna let those cook. And I am gonna add some salt to the beans. It'll help release some of the enzymes that are found in the bean shell. Keep them from separating too badly as the bean continues to cook down. It kind of keeps the shell in place around the bean. All right. So I'm just going to let that water cook down. So let me turn it down just a bit. It's on high. I'm going to take it to a 5.5, which is half a 10. So we're at a medium, kind of on the medium high. I think I might even go a little lower. All right, so I went to 3.5. That's even lower. That's kind of a medium, low medium. Let's let those boil a while. We're actually gonna let them boil for about 20 minutes. So as the beans continue to cook, we're gonna make our oat flour. You can buy your oat flour or you can make it. Cheaper. And I'm gonna make it. Excuse me, transform oats into flour. That's really all they've done when you buy that expensive bag at the grocery store. So we're going to make oat flour and create it from oats. Now to do this, you can either use, like I do, my spice grinder. You can use a coffee grinder. You can use a blender. You can use a food processor. Whatever works for you to get these oats into a flour consistency. So let's get some in there. There we go. And you're going to use a cup of flour with this particular recipe of making tortillas. And then we're going to turn them into tostados. Yo la gusta mucho tostados por comida. Yummy. All right. So see, you can turn that into a flour. Look how easy that is. And I'm going to need a cup. So that's what I'm going to grind. It's just a cup of oat flour. You can use whatever oats you want. Good old Quaker Oats, which main factory is in the hometown where I grew up, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And if I grind too much, it's no big deal. I'll just dump the flour in here with the oats. It's all going to turn to oats eventually, or turn to flour eventually. So my beans that have soaked now for an hour, rinsed, are over on the stove, boiling in a skillet, not a pan, in a skillet to finish cooking them. Let's get these two items put away and get moving on with the rest of it. Well, it's been about 30 minutes, 35, and the beans are nice and soft. Crunchy, very nice. So now I'm going to let this water continue to cook down. And then I'm going to mash these beans into a paste right in the same skillet. And I'll show you how to do that once this water gets cooked down. I'm going to smash them the way that I've seen it done in Latino homes and countries. Abuelita, tia, mamacita, papacito, mama, all of them do it the same way. It's recording. All right. So we're going to put in just a little bit of oil, not much, like that. And I like them spicy. So I have over here that I need to use up some chili powder. So I'm going to put in a little bit of chili powder to give them a little kick. And now we're going to start smashing those. I'm going to turn the heat down so they don't burn. I've got it just above a low. And we're going to start smashing those. So you're just going to take your cup or your glass and start to smash them like so in that pan. That's all you're going to do. If it gets congested on the bottom, scrape it off. That's all you got to do. All right. I want a little bit more water in there as I smash them, and then it can cook down. So let's get some more water in there. And let's continue to make refried beans. That's all you got to do. Did you know that? Let me know in the comments if you already knew how to do this. So, even in days where you have very little food to eat, or any type of palate that you're trying to figure out you want for the day, you can always come back to beans. You're just going to continue to keep mashing them. See how that's mashing up nicely? $4. And I used just a little over a handful and a half, so I would guess oh, I don't know, 3/4 of a cup. So this is a cheap way to feed yourself and a family. Spice it up, doctor it up, eat just beans if you want. But I'm going to make some taquitos for dinner. Sounds good. Bean taquitos. All right, and that's mashed up pretty good, isn't it? Look at that. We're gonna let that continue to cook down. Isn't that nice? That's how you make refried beans. Now I have also in the refrigerator spicy chili crisp red pepper. Oh, that's so good. You can use it for when you make Chinese food, Indian food, or refried beans. Gives it a nice little snap. That's all I'm doing. A little snap. And that looked great.
Kevin's foster sister from 60 years ago is on disability. In a little bit, she had a stroke. Lives in Florida. So he's talking with her on the phone in the background. It's the noise you're hearing, hoping and talking to her that she's going to be okay and not losing any of her SNAP benefits. And if she does, to please let us know so we can send her money each month.
Now I'm just cooking these down still to get some of that moisture out. That's all I'm doing. It's on just a little above low. All right, these beans are at the perfect texture, like a paste. Once they cool down, they won't be quite as moist, but I don't want them any drier than that. That's perfect. So let's get those off the heat. The next thing we're gonna attempt, is the oat tortillas so I can make tostados. So it's calling for 1 cup of hot water. So I'm gonna get this in the microwave for a minute, the water. Warm it up. So I have this pan on high to get it extremely hot. Now I've got it turned down to a medium low because you don't want to burn the tortillas. But you have to have the pan hot when you start. So I'm going to put on just a little bit of oil. You can see how that's bubbling. I'm going to brush this. And let's get the tortilla on there. See if this turns out or not. To make sure the tortilla don't stick. And let's get the second tortilla on the heat. That one's better. Look at that. Oh, that one's going to be much better. Much thinner, the way I want it. The oats. And 2 cups of water. So it was much thicker. That's exactly how I made the pita bread in my other video. All right, let's get this turned over. Look at that, isn't that nice? There's my tortilla. It's a little bit bigger. To keep those are really small. You'll see what that I'm talking about here in a moment. All right, that's good. Let's put that over there. Let's do another one. Let's dust the oil. There we go. And let's get some more batter in there for another tortilla. I'm gonna make about 4 tortillas for you. All right, one more. Let's get these filled. So now I have my tortilla, and I can warm that up and eat it just that way. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some beans and cheese and make a tostado. Here we go. I'll eat them anyhow. These are the beans. See how nice those are? That's how you make refried beans. So we're just gonna put some refried beans in here, like that. Nice little dinner, packed with protein. I want some cheese with mine, like that. And let's roll this up. See if I can get that to roll. Very nice. All right, got that one rolled up. Now let's do another one. It's littler, so it's gonna take less beans and cheese. These are nice. I've had them before, but I usually bought store-bought tortillas, corn to wrap them with. Tonight I thought I'll just make them. Okay, let's wrap that up. Look at there. Very nice. And let's do a third one here if we can. Look at that. We're gonna do 2.5 because Kevin doesn't want any. So this is plenty for me. Probably too much. Get some cheese in it. There we go. Very nice. Let's wrap that. All right. Let's head back over to the stove. So my skillet is hot. Let's get some olive oil in there because we're going to cook these again. This time we're going to cook them crisp. Okay, so this is probably going to spit a little bit. My oil's hot. Let me get these in there. Now we're going to make a tostado. Yeah, get it? Toast. Tostado. There we go. Very nice, there we go. Well, I've got the table set, getting the food ready, and I'll go get Kevin and Koji in a moment. So let's first get Kevin's plate ready. Now he's having leftovers from last night, which was the chicken nuggets and the potato waffle. We still have some of that left. He said he wanted that. He wanted a little bit of rice. There he goes. And he said he'd have a little bit of refried beans. So there's Kevin's dish. Right there. And I'm going to have 2 taquitos. A little bit of beans on the side, not much. A little bit of rice on the side, not much. I have some sour cream left over that we need to get rid of. Not much there, so we're going to use it. Look at that. This is a really affordable, nutritious dinner if you're on the dime. And sour cream is gone. All right, and then we have some corn chili relish that my neighbor gave us. So I'm gonna put some of that right on top, like so. There we go. Look how beautiful that dinner is. You got the 2 tostados, baked bean or refried beans, rice that was frozen in the freezer from another night, sweet corn relish, ready to eat. Let me go get the guys. Good boy. Gotta wait for Kevin.
He, 5 o'clock, he's up on me.
He's ready. 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, he's up on me. So I told him 5 minutes like you
Is that
did.
what you kept telling me, 5 minutes?
Yeah, because I didn't know if I was lying or not.
All right, so I warmed that up. There's your leftovers from last night. A little bit of
Okay.
rice, a little bit of beans.
Oh, good.
And here's my tostados. Don't those look nice?
They do look nice.
Let's see what they
Tell
taste
me how
like.
they taste.
I have them stuffed with refried beans
Yeah.
and rice, or cheese. That's so good. My God. Nice and crispy. Very good. Wow, they turned out nice. Want a bite? Okay. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit, Jeffy. Another good day for you.
Another good day. How about you?
Yeah, of
Good.
course. Every day is a good day.
Every day's a good day being retired.
For me,
I know. Okay, so dinner's over. Kitchen's cleaned up. It was wonderful. Taquitos, very, very good. Homemade refried beans, and there's the coach. Come here, pretty boy. Here, here's my baby. Kevin ate his dinner and liked it. Coach, you had a good dinner, didn't you? Good boy. So now, thank you for coming along. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button. We'll see you on the next one. We've got candy to hand out. So I'm gonna go sit, wait for the trick-or-treaters. Have a good night. Bye-bye.